Hey again, it's still Tuesday, isn't it? Shit, I don't know. It's about 7 o'clock at night. I'm at Harris Teeter. I had to come over here and get my Hebrew National hot dogs. These damn things are $7 a pack. These are here. Hebrew National, 97% fat-free beef franks. They're really yummy. And this is one of the only hot dogs I can eat that does not trigger a screaming migraine for me. I can eat these and they're fine. You get they're $1 each. You get 7 hot dogs for $7 freaking dollars. With tax, I'll tell you what, with tax, how much is it? 2 packs of these hot dogs, $14.26. Bullshit is what that is. I have to cuss every time I come out of there. It's like, God, wow. $14.26 for 14 hot dogs. I'm just, bleh. Why do they have to be so good? They are good. I mean, they're damn good. I like them. They are yummy. They're $1 each, though. And the only place I can find them anymore is at Harris Teeter. They used to sell them at Walmart, but they don't have them anymore. They do have the regular Hebrew National hot dogs, and those are fine. But those, I don't like them as much as I do the 97% fat-free ones. They just taste different. I don't know. There's something a little bit different about them. Why are you fucking around in your trunk? Sorry. I am in the worst mood today. I have not had a good afternoon at all. I have had just the most aggravating afternoon. I'll tell you about it. So I had to take my son to an orthodontist appointment. It was his last one, but we ran into a little snag before the appointment. Okay, so I was getting ready to go pick him up from school to take him to this appointment, and everything was fine. And I thought, oh crap, I need to find his retainer, because they always want to look at the retainer, you know. I need to get his retainer so we'll have it to take to the appointment. And the plan was, I'm going to go pick him up from school, go straight to the orthodontist office, no problem. We've done it a bajillion times. No big deal. So I go in his room and I grab the case for his retainer. And I shook it. There was nothing in it. There was absolutely nothing in there. So I said, well, crap. And these retainers are small and clear, and they are very easy to overlook. So, but I checked his room was a mess. He had stuff everywhere, and I couldn't find him. So I just went and picked him up from school. I had enough time. I thought, we're going to go back home. I'm going to get him to look for the retainer. You know, surely he knows where it is. It's not in the case where it's supposed to be. Go around the roundabout. Whee! And then we go back here where it looks like you're either going to get murdered or make a drug deal, or both. And I don't even know what order you do it in. Back here. You go back here in this little back alleyway, and Lidl is right there. Yes, that's how it's pronounced in the USA. Every time I say Lidl, somebody, you idiot. You stupid American. That's not how it's pronounced. God, you're stupid. It's pronounced Lidl. I confirmed it with the freaking company. Lidl. Somebody, every time. Every time. Somebody has to say, that's not how you're supposed to say it. I'm going to jam it up your ass if you don't shut up. I'm sorry. I'm in a bad mood. I'm going to tell you about somebody laying in the road in a minute. What was I telling you? Oh, my bad day. I got to hurry up because I got to go home and make dinner. It's 7:15. I don't think we're having hot dogs. We were just out and I felt like getting some. So, couldn't find a retainer, and I picked him up from school. I said, where's your retainer? He said, I think it's in my room. I said, how do you not know? You're supposed to wear it every night. Oh, well. I said, have you not been wearing it? He said, not really. Of course not. I know that, but it's the sort of thing that we just pretend that he wears it, and I know he doesn't, even though he says he does. And I said, well, you got to go find it because we're going to need to take it to your appointment. You're going to have to hurry because we got to go. I got to run back to the house. You've got like 10 minutes to find this thing, and then we got to go. So he looks and looks, couldn't find it. I said, did you look between like your bed and the wall? Because maybe they fell down there. He said, no. And he was looking in this other part of his room, and I pulled the bed back away from the wall, and down there I find the nastiest bunch of stuff. It was like a damn snack bar set up for roaches. He had a bag of Takis down there. There were some Cheez-Its back there. Oh, and the Cheez-Its. When I went to pick up the Cheez-Its, it was in the bag like this inside the box. When I went to pick it up, it was like sideways. And apparently I grabbed it by the bottom and all the Cheez-Its fell out in the floor. I lost it. I said, well, thank you for setting up a buffet for the roaches. I'm sure they love it. I'm sure they do. I do not want roaches in my house. I hate those things. He's not supposed to have food up there. And there were Capri Sun pouches back there. Like, there was just a whole buffet. I found Slim Jims back there. I said, shit, I'm getting hungry just digging around in here. What is with all the nibbles back here? God. So I made him, I said, okay, get in there and dig around and look for your retainer. He couldn't find it. And as soon as we got back, I made him clean all that up and pull the bed away, get everything out from under the bed, get everything up, vacuum thoroughly, get every shred of food out of there. Everything. And then clean the whole room and vacuum it and everything. Like, this is not acceptable. So he couldn't find his retainer. And I'm going to make him keep searching for it. But he said, well, it's in a Ziploc bag. I said, why is it in a Ziploc bag? He said, well, that's just where I put it. I said, you have a case for your retainer right here. Why didn't you put it in the case? I don't know. I said, well, more than likely it got thrown away. I probably saw it, and it's very small and clear and light. I probably just thought it was like a cellophane candy wrapper in there, and I probably threw it away. He said, well, I left it in the living room. I said, yeah, it probably got thrown away. So it's gone. It's probably gone. He's still looking for it. I said, you go continue to look for it. The chances are we're going to have to get another retainer, and I don't even know what that's going to cost. They did say that they would make one more at no charge, but after that, they're going to have to charge. I think it's like $100 if you need another one. So I said, yeah, if you lose it again, that money's coming out of your pocket. You're paying for it. How am I going to pay for it? You're going to work it off. So I was so pissed when we went to the orthodontist, and I was mad, and I made him tell them that he lost it. I said, you're going to walk in there and you're going to tell him what you did. You're going to tell him you lost it and it's your fault. And you're going to ask him what we need to do to get another one if you can't find it. He was not happy about it, but I was past the point of giving a shit. Like, there's no excuse for this. There's just no excuse. You are 13 years old. You are smart enough to keep up with your own stuff. So I'm still irritated. I'm irritated because there was all that food in there, and I'm just mad. And sometimes when you have children, sometimes you're just going to walk around irritated. Just like, you're just going to be like this. And you just have to keep it under control. Now I have to hurry up because Lidl, I think, closes at 8, so I need to get on with it. But anyway, I wanted to tell you, I saw this article online, and I have to preface this by saying, again, I don't mean any offense by this. I don't. It's bad that I have to keep saying that about every story. I wish I could tell you a story where I don't have to say, I don't mean anything by this. And I would hate for this to happen to anyone, and my thoughts go out to this man's family. They really do. I hate to hear this. But there was this article online that I saw that there's a man somewhere in North Carolina that was hit. There was a hit and run really early this morning, and he was killed. And I hated to hear that. I mean, that's awful. I would hate for that to happen to anyone. And they don't know who did it, and they're trying to look for anybody who might have any clues or ideas of who might have done this. It was at 6 o'clock in the morning, out on a remote area. And I don't think there were any witnesses that they know of. They don't know. But it seems like they have some details. So I'm not really sure what they know. But anyway, I read this article. Okay, so there was this man at 6 a.m. this morning. 6 a.m. It would look about like this outside. I mean, it would still be kind of dark at 6 a.m. I would think it would look about like this. You're talking about a little country road out in the middle of nowhere. Now, honestly, having grown up in the country, especially this time of year, the deer are active. They're out there, and you got to look for deer. I mean, if I'm driving on a little 2-lane road out there in the country like that, I am constantly doing like this right here. I am constantly checking the sides for deer. Any crazy ass deer that wants to come out and do a little ballet in front of my car and put a lovely dent in it, or crash through my windshield or anything like that. I am constantly looking for deer on the sides. I am it is just a habit. It has been ingrained in me since I started driving. Really, I've been looking for deer. Anyway, so this man got hit by somebody at 6 a.m. And I'm reading this article, and my first question was, okay, he got hit. Was he on a bicycle? Was he in a car? Was he driving? No, there was one little thing in the article that made me go, what? And again, I mean, no offense, but this little detail jumped out at me. The man at 6 a.m. this morning was lying in the road and was hit by a vehicle. Wouldn't your first question be, with all due respect to the man and his family, God rest his soul, I really hate it, I hope they find out who did it, but wouldn't your first question be, what was he doing laying in the road at 6 o'clock in the morning? Why was he lying in the road to start with? Now, I don't mean anything by that, but I have to know, why was this man laying in the road? It was cold as shit this morning. I don't think he was out there doing a backstroke. What were you doing laying in the road? And he got hit and killed. Was he drunk? Was he working on a vehicle? Like, did his vehicle, break down? Was he working on it and somehow, I don't know, was in the road? I have so many questions. Why was he laying in the road? I have to know, why were you laying in the road at 6 o'clock this morning? Out in the country, in a remote area, laying in the road at 6 a.m. I hate he got hit. I hate he died. I really do. And I hope they find out. I hope whoever did it comes forward and confesses. I really hope they do. That's got to be awful. And I don't know. I can't imagine the person did it on purpose. But we don't know. We don't know. I mean, probably somebody was just driving along, not paying attention. You don't expect a man to be laying in the road at 6 o'clock in the morning. They probably just panicked and took off. That's my guess. Maybe it was somebody with no insurance. Maybe it was somebody with no license. Maybe they were drinking. I don't know. There are a lot of things we don't know. But I hope they find out who did it. But I still have to know, why was he in the road to start with? Why was he lying in the road? The article didn't say. It was just that one little line, and they didn't mention it again. And I understand it's not relevant. It's not relevant. Like, the man got hit and killed. That's the important part. I know. Why was he laying in the road? I just have to know. And it reminded me of this story my dad told me. It's not really a long story, and it's almost 7:30, so I need to hurry up. But my dad was telling me, this was years ago. He said, back when you were a kid, one time I was coming back from somewhere. I forget where he was coming back from, but it was the middle of the night. He said it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. He was a gunsmith, and he had taken some stuff to a gun show or something, and he was coming back, and it was pretty far away, and he was coming back. It was about 2 a.m., and he was coming down a little country road, kind of like that little 2-lane road out in the middle of nowhere. And he said he was driving along, and he saw, like, there were houses, like, there were houses out there. But he was driving along, and he saw right on the side of the road, there was, like, he said it just looked like a trash bag or something. Like, there was just a lump of something on the side of the road. And he slowed down a little bit, and he realized it was a person. Like, that's a person laying there. Oh my gosh. So fortunately, he didn't hit it or anything, because, if you saw it and thought it was just a trash bag or something, some people don't even swerve to miss stuff like that. They'll hit it on purpose just to see, like a video game. Well, if I hit that, what will it do? Will I get bonus points, or do I get coins for that? I don't know. But he stopped. He stopped. And this woman, apparently there had been a party at a house out there, and this woman was drunk off her ass, stumbled out into the yard and just passed out. And like from here up, this was laying in the road. But she had on like all dark, and she had like long black hair, and she was facing away from the oncoming traffic. And he said all I could see was her hair. She had like long black hair and like a black hoodie or a sweatshirt or something on. And it didn't look like a person at first. But he said he picked her up, carried her to the house, and he said everybody in there was drunk. Like, everybody was just passed out. And he tried to get you to wake somebody up. Like, y'all need to get this woman was in the road. She could have been killed. She could have had her head squished like a grape. And they were all just like, they were just shit-faced. And he just laid her on the porch. He said, I don't know what to do with her. There were other people passed out on the porch. He said, now y'all need to watch her. She was in the road. And they didn't seem to have any idea what he was saying. So he just laid her on like a swing or something on the porch. I don't know. I said, you probably saved her life. There's a good chance you saved her life. Oh, I did not. He's so humble. He won't. I probably didn't. He said he thought it was kind of funny because that woman was so drunk. She was just passed out cold, didn't even move or flinch or anything. It was like carried a dead body. He said she was breathing. She was just drunk. She was 3 sheets to the wind. I checked, make sure she was breathing first. She was. So he laid her up on the porch and just kept going. Got back in his truck and took off. Oh, shit. So, yeah, that's my story about laying in the road. Don't lay in the road. I mean, if you can avoid it today, don't lay down in the road because bad shit happens when you lay in the road. Anyway, I'm going to get into Lidl. I need to get hot dog buns and some stuff. If I'm going to make that upside down pecan cake tomorrow, I need some ingredients, so I got to go in there and get them. But thank you so much for being here. I hope your day has continued to be awesome. And I'm in a better mood now. So I feel good. It helped me, even if it wasn't that interesting of a story. But thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again tomorrow.